Hey everybody, and welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. Today we're going to be continuing the Neon Dynasty Premier Draft from last time, with the white, black, and red deck that we were running last time as well. I don't know if we'll be able to have a whole episode with just this deck, because if we lose one time, that will be the end of the run. So if that happens, we'll start up a new deck this time around. Okay. Here we go! It will be interesting to see if we manage to make a profit on this run now. We've already almost gotten all of our entry gems back, but if we can get this last win, then we'll come out on top. Plus get some packs to boot. And of course, the draft cards. Maybe at some point I'll actually do some constructed on this channel as well. But I really also want to find time to play a lot of other games, so we'll see. It could be a while before we get to that. Oh, I can speak some Japanese, but I cannot read it. So I do not know what that says. And there's a possibility it wasn't even actually Japanese. It looked like it probably was, though. Okay, we've got all three colors. And we've got a couple of cards we can play. So I think this hand is worth keeping. And I think it's probably... yeah, it's better to start with my mount under the circumstances, so that I can get some early drops in. Goro on the field. And that gives me a blocker that can survive his Moon Circuit hacker as well. Or hers. I don't know. Theirs. I wonder if the right thing to do here... no, I don't think it is. I think the right move is to just go ahead and attack. And they might end up countering my Kitsune, but I still feel like it's the best play right now. Yep, there it goes. And part of the reason for that is I do have a lot of bigger bombs in this deck, so even if they use the counter spell on that, it's not that bad for me. Them getting in for damage is a little bit of a problem though, because it means they get to cycle some cards, and that's not what I want them being able to do with blue deck. Interesting. Oops. That was actually a bad play. I forgot, that my swamp got tapped. And that meant I could not play my virus beetle. That's not very good for me either. But the nice thing about Goro is he can give himself haste and attack. And in this case, he can give this virus beetle haste too, for a little bit of extra damage. Now they're pretty firmly on the defensive, I think. Okay. Depending on how they play this turn... Let's see how he assigns blockers. Well, they assign blockers. Interesting. I kind of expected them to try to double block the Peerless Samurai. But if they did that, I would have had lethal, so I guess that was a weird thing for me to assume. Probably should have thought out the attack a little bit better. But attacking was still the right thing to do, and that was still the best outcome that I could have done there, I think. Maybe not actually. In that particular case, had I killed their creature first and then attacked, it would have forced them to block disadvantageously with the Inkrise Infiltrator. And that would have cleared their entire board. Because this has Menace, I win. which I almost didn't realize. I almost passed through that and was tricked by the fact that they had some defense in place. Okay, we got our win! Oh, oops, we were actually already profitable. So now we're going for extra profit. And one more win or loss, either way, next game is the last one for this deck run. Let's see if we can retire the deck. I think I drafted a little better this time, even though I did it in a way that I don't usually like to, and did some things that I usually try to avoid. I did them for a very good reason, because of the cards that I was being passed. And that, I think, worked out well to my advantage. Okay, a little more land than might be preferable with this hand, but that's fine. It's got all three colors, it's got enough for me to play almost everything in the hand, and I've got some early drops. No reason not to keep this. I'm going to lead in with the Lion Sash. That's a little irritating. I think Aki is a play on words because Akai is red, but I'm not totally certain. I think I want to go ahead and play Goro Goro. And I think I'll go ahead and put War Paint on it. So far, they're in the same three colors as me, which is interesting. Looks like they have more of a control-based strategy going, though. That's pretty suspicious. I'm going to say no blocks. Oh, interesting. Not the effect I was expecting. I don't think I can do much about that one. All I can really do is hope to find a way to bring him back later. I probably actually should have blocked, but I don't know what tricks they have. I expect they still have another combat trick. Just because they were actually kind of representing one earlier, but it could have been a bluff. It didn't feel like a bluff to me, though. It felt very... not sure how to put it. Not sure why I had to click that 3 times. Right now, this match isn't looking very good for me. Let's see, they've got red, black, white, green. So far, they're in everything except blue. I knew they had that in their hand, but I had to play my card anyway. Yeah, this doesn't look very good for me at all. Let's see if we can stabilize. Seems unlikely, but gotta try. They have lethal either way. Kaboom! I lose. Defeat! Tragedy! But it was still a pretty good run. We came out profitable. 5 wins, 3 losses. 1,800 gems, 5 packs for a 1,500 gem entry fee, plus the 3 draft packs. Haste. Whenever Thundering Raiju attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then Thundering Raiju deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju. That's quite good. Worst case, it's effectively a 4/4 for 4 haste. So, ninjutsu 4, 1/1 for 1 flying. When Thousand Face Shadows enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target creature. That token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. So it has a token clone effect if you ninjutsu it in. Or it's a vanilla 1/1 for 1 flying. It's really solid either way. As an additional cost to play this spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less for each card exiled this way. To X target creatures phase out. I'm not a huge fan of these marches so far. I haven't seen any that really caught my attention in any of the colors. Light Paws, I drafted them previously. Okay, we'll start up a new draft. Okay, table ready. Waiting for others. What? Everyone actually readied up? That never happens. Tribute to Orobi. Each opponent creates a 1/1 black rat token, rat rogue creature token. Exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Echo of Death's Wail. Flying haste. When Echo of Death's Wail enters the battlefield, gain control of all rat tokens. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Very interesting. Let's try it out. So far I found these Blade Blizzard Kitsunes to be really strong, so I might actually take it even over the Inkrise Infiltrator. Not quite sure where to go with this. There's a lot of red open, clearly. Little bit of white with the dragonfly suit. I didn't find Clawing Torment to be all that strong. These two are a really strong combo, but I can't draft them both at the same time. I feel like the black I'm getting past is just too weak to stay in black so far, despite having started with a black rare. It's often better to have a consistent deck than it is to have a single strong bomb, especially one that requires so much setup. Iron of Fours I found to be pretty useful. Even if you just use them for their trick effect, it's pretty strong as well. Pass the pack, pass the pack. Wait for them to pass the pack. At least when you're doing it this way, unlike tabletop magic, you don't end up with someone that has like 5 sets of packs waiting for them at the same time and can't remember which one is next. Someone always messes it up. You always end up with, at the end of it, getting like the wrong number of packs coming. Or the wrong number of cards in a pack coming. Grab that just in case I do end up in 3-color. I think the Moth Rider Patrol's the right choice here. I already just grabbed one of those, and Peerless Samurai I've actually found to be sometimes a game winner. Mostly just because of the menace. I'm not quite sure if a land being turned into a creature by Crackling Emergence counts as a modified creature. I think it might. Because it is at the time technically a creature with an enchantment on it. I'm going to grab this just because it's in my colors. Not a lot of options there. Okay, Thundering Raiju. I was just talking about how that was pretty solid when I pulled one from a pack. And since I'm now pretty clearly in red, it's a good starting card for this pack. +3/+2 and has trample. Reconfigure 5. But it is a 3/2 trample on its own. On the other hand, this is also quite strong. Even if it's not an instant. legendary rare in my color, might as well grab it. It's pretty strong removal. I'm not totally sure if the rabbit battery or the ancestral katana is better. I feel like I see a lot more of the katanas, which makes sense because they're common, so I can probably draft those later and stick with the rabbit battery for now. And then the rabbit battery has some additional flexibility because it's also a 1/1 for 1 haste creature that can get in a little bit of early damage. Silver Fur Master seems to be really good if you're in those colors. But I am not. So I think I will stick with Mothrider Patrol. There's a couple of good options here. I don't know that I like any of these options so much. I think I have to go with the lifelink creature here. It's also an enchantment, which has synergy. I think, with Light Paws. No, it has to be an aura. Okay, pack 3. That's pretty funny. I got it for my first and third pack. But I don't think I'll be trying to grab it this time, just because I'm definitely not in that color anymore. Probably sticking with the Blade Blizzard Kitsune. Although there are a couple of other pretty useful cards for me in here. What? Now I suddenly wish I was more in black. this is a bad idea, but I might take this just for coolness points. Ocean-Tai of Ancient Wars. That's some pretty strong removal. I already have a few of these, but I feel like they're also pretty good. More removal. We'll grab this. Who knows? Maybe I'll come up with some kind of modified creature synergy with the kind of deck I'm running here. I'm glad I didn't put more focus on these Aki Ember Keepers, because I seem to be getting a lot of them late on. It's almost like the game heard me. Said, here, have another one. Okay, thank you for joining me on Yukikaze Gaming. I hope to see you next time, and... oops. And next time that we do MTG Arena, we will probably build this deck out of the cards that we drafted this time and start a fresh run. Bye bye everybody, Matane!